Helen here with Eyes on the Game. I'm here at Dell MMA, which is powered by Real Water, being joined by the coach, not only of many great UFC fighters, but Bishop Gorman Wrestling, Coach Ricky Lundell. Always great to see you.
Helen, it's always great to be on your show.
And congratulations.
Thank you so much. Yeah, me and Real Water put this place together about a year ago to facilitate fighters at the highest level, and it's been great. It's been a great relationship, and we're excited to have these guys in here.
Now, speaking of fighters at the highest level, I mean, we all know you have coached some of the best, from Carlos Condit to Ronda Rousey, and Ryan Benoit, who's actually fighting tonight at the Ultimate Fighter finale. He said he loves your system and that he actually may want to move to Las Vegas to finish all his camps here. How does that make you feel?
It makes me feel really great. I mean, Ryan is at the top of the game at 125 division. Right now, you got Demetrius Johnson fighting somebody for the title, but I think Ryan's right there knocking on the door. It's not going to be long until he's the one there.
So what adjustments have you had to kind of help him make going into the fight tonight against Brandon Moreno?
You know, the big things about Ryan are he has all the skills and all the tools. He's had great coaches in the past, and us building upon tactics, that's a big part for Ryan, is building tactics, developing his game around all of mixed martial arts. Ryan doesn't have a lot of holes. I mean, in his last fight, he beat a former wrestling Olympian who took fifth at the Olympic Games. And you know, as far as his striking is concerned, he knocked out Sergio Pettis. So he has all the tools. What I've been able to do for Ryan is help connect those things and help put him in a better frame of mind.
Now, for your plan for him, let's say short-term, long-term, how long do you think it will take in order for him to get that title shot?
It's going to depend tonight on Demetrius Johnson's fight, but I don't think he's that far away. You know, he puts together this victory tonight, and then depending on where Demetrius is at, Demetrius was already mentioning his names in some previous interviews, so I don't see him being that far away. One fight, maybe no fights.
Now, someone else who's fighting this month, the highly anticipated return of Ronda Rousey. What's it been like to work with her and help her prepare for the comeback?
Well, Ronda Rousey, man, she's amazing to even have around. I mean, her and Travis Brown were in this gym all through the summer, and it was so great to have them in here and have them working. It's going to be great to have them back in town this next month. And to go for that victory, I'm excited to see where this goes, because there's a lot of anticipation. Her ground game it's at the top level. Her throw game's at the top level. But I know Edmund Tervidian, he's been really working on the striking aspect for her. As long as that's in line, there's no way Nunes has a shot.
Now, they brought in an Olympian boxer too, right?
Yeah, they brought in several Olympian boxers over time. But yes, they did. They've made sure to bring in the highest level sparring partners. But they also brought in an Olympic judo player, a world champion wrestler, and then the top rated coaches in the world. So as far as the camp's concerned, really, I don't think Amanda Nunes has a shot in matching the training partners.
Now, for her though, how does she seem? You know, does she seem like back to her old self? Like nothing's really bothering her? How's she been in training?
You know, Ronda's not scared of anything, and she's always been that way. And the support system she has around her and the coaches she has around her, I see her right now as being at the top of her game. You know, a lot of people saw one fight against Holly Holm as being the precursor, and you know, in the fight game, that's just one fight, but really, she's past that level. She's ready to come back and get that belt.
Now, you did mention that you guys brought in the highest level sparring partners for her, but what other changes, aside from the striking aspect, that you guys are working on with her?
Well, so Edmund's made sure to bring in, I mean, he brings in the highest level strikers every single day for practice, but then she doesn't change a lot inside of her camp. You know, she doesn't really need to. What was working before. Sharpening up some of the skills, making sure you don't get tagged early in the fight. I mean, that's what I really think Ronda Rousey needs. It's not all aspects of the game. it's just small sharpening tools. Because really, you're looking at 7 minutes of one fight. And if you look at her career as a whole, she does so many right things that changing up a lot of things isn't necessarily the right way to go.
So it's almost like if it ain't broke, don't fix it, right?
Yeah, and I'm not saying there wasn't things that weren't perfect, but you can't fix the things that were working right. So changing up too many things actually could be more detrimental, and I think that's where Coach Edmond's done a really good job. Is he, even though there's a lot of push and a lot of hype and a lot of people telling him and getting in his face about what he should do, and really has a lot of hate surrounding him. Even though all of those things happen, he stays diligent on the course on what made Ronda a champion in the first place, and I think that's why Edmond's been able to be very successful with her.
Now, looking forward, though, do you see her coming back for more fights? Or
Helen, that's a good question. I don't know what's going to happen there. I don't know what's going to happen there. I mean, the time that I've got to spend around her has been like an amazing time period. I mean, even just to get on the mat with her and work out with her and feel her move and talk to her about how she's taking the game or her philosophy. She has the ability to fight for years and years and years. And a lot of women, they peak a little bit later, than even the men do. So does she have the ability to keep rocking and rolling? I think so. Time will tell if she's going to, but she has the skills.
And how long have you been working with her?
I've been able to Travis Brown introduced me to her maybe a year and a half ago. Okay. And so from then, just whenever they travel out or whenever I travel out to California, so I got to meet her like really and get to know her about a year and a half ago.
Lastly, if you could do a prediction for her comeback against Amanda Nunes, which round and how?
Ronda's a first round finisher. I mean, you can't
by how
you can't bet against that, and I think she's a submission artist. So I think it ends up in that fashion.
First round submission.
That'd be great. I mean, I think it'd be awesome to see it that way.
The comeback story, right?
Totally, Helen.